Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I can't do it. That's OMD's thing. What am I talking about, y'all? My name's Bubba Duke. This here is Chris Best, aka Commander Data, and this is the Boar's Nest. What's going on, Chris Best? How you doing, my friend?
I'm doing a lot better than I've been doing this week. A lot better. I'm starting to get everything recalibrated with myself. You know what I mean?
I hear you, my friend. I know. Again, we had the loss of our family member, and I do have that frame for you. It's
Oh
got a
yes,
nice,
yes.
nice brown frame to it. Looks very nice for the picture. If everybody doesn't realize and understand what we're talking about, Chris's best friend, four-legged friend, Mr. Skittles, sadly passed away, and then the next day, this poor guy's bird died on him.
Yep.
So I was kind of joking around and said, "Oh, that was Mr. Skittles. That cat came back and took his friend with him because he
Yep.
missed him."
But
So,
we still have our other mascot, Pepper.
Pepper! She's just like, dude, put me down. I am relaxing.
She literally just gave me that look.
Eat it. Just eat. No. Um, but as you all see, Mr. OMD is taking a night off. He's actually taking the next few weeks off. Uh, he has his uh, kid coming to town, and then he's going to Upheaval in Michigan. It's a big music festival. I was supposed to go, but couldn't get my passport in time. So
and
yeah,
and it's understandable why he's taking so much time off. I mean, look how often he's doing stuff for Turnbuckle Studios these days.
dude
You
is
know?
every night almost now
Yeah.
doing something
It's either
with
me or him every night doing something.
yeah. Like you guys have, we have the preview review show on Monday. We have the Raw Patrol, and then he has Turnbuckle Talk, and then Wednesday is the PlayStation show that you guys do.
Right.
Thursday nights we have this. Friday night he has the Wrestling Patrol for Security Detail
For
for
SmackDown.
SmackDown. I think the only day he's not doing shit is Saturday and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So he has definitely earned some time away from the internet for a while.
Yeah.
Definitely, he's a very busy man with his new promotion in his job. So he's learning a lot there, doing a lot. I know he's the one day he did like a 12-hour shift
Yeah.
and then came home and did this. I was like, dude, you could have taken a night off, bro. Like, you're not going to offend me if you need a night just to sit at home and do nothing but veg in front of the TV and or sleep. For heaven's sake, sleep. You know, it is a thing our body kind of needs sometimes.
Oh yeah.
So that being said, we just kind of decided to do an open mic night tonight. As you can see, we're just kind of chilling, talking about different things, different movies. Um, I did post. You gotta bear with me. I gotta find it here. There is supposed talks of a new movie coming out in the Underworld series. It's going to be Underworld 6 because they did 1 through 5 already.
That's a lot already.
It is, but it also gives you a different look on the whole vampire werewolf thing.
Yeah, and this is coming from a dude who's all about vampire movies.
See, and I'm the total werewolf guy. The
Yeah.
lichen, I love lichens. Yeah, I've been called a mini werewolf myself in my day. So
And you know what? I'm not gonna lie here. I feel like there's actually not enough movies about werewolves.
there isn't. I mean, there is, but there isn't.
There's not enough like on the mainstream side of movies. That's you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Okay. So yeah, you're not talking like B-rated movies. Yeah. No. In
Yeah.
B-rated movies, there's a lot of them
Yeah.
because werewolves and vampires are the easiest thing to do in the movie genre. Really,
Yeah.
to a degree, though. I mean, if you want to get over the top, like Underworld, then you're spacing your movies out because you don't want to burn out your actors and your actresses and
Yeah.
And the main actress, Katie, is coming back
Oh,
as the main.
Kate Beckinsale, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
that I couldn't pronounce the last name wasn't braining for me, but she's coming back in it, which is going to be. I mean, I'll have to rewatch. I got all the other ones. I'll have to rewatch them and then get this one and add it to the collection and watch it and blah blah blah. On the side of good news for everybody, because I haven't said anything online yet, and I don't know if I can show the whole thing, but my album from Slash, his new album he just released with a bunch of other genius musicians. It's called Orgy of the Damned, and I purchased it.
Mm-hmm.
It's blues music. They took the original songs, like one you might know, Crossroads. That's one of the oldest blues. Do you know who sang the first one?
I want
The
to say
original?
Sammy Davis, but I know he did a version of the
No,
song, but it wasn't him.
nope, it was not him.
The hell is his name? He was featured as a character in Supernatural. I can't think of his name.
You can't think of it?
No. I know the episode. The episode that he was featured in is playing in my head. He wasn't like it wasn't actually him. It was an actor playing him.
Well, yeah, because he's been dead for years now. This guy,
Yeah,
the original Crossroads singer. I can't remember his last name. Actually, I do. It's Robert Johnson. Was the original Crossroads singer performer because it was
yes,
based off his life. But what they did though is they took some of these original songs, okay, and kept the lyrics and rethought the rhythm and all that. Like basically the not the bread and butter of the song, but the butter of it.
mm-hmm.
You want to call it the instrument stuff. They made it. It's like a rock blues. It's a 2 LP, 6 songs per LP, so 3 on each side. Just to kind of give you an idea of the cast of characters that are in, because all they do on the back is list the vocalist, okay?
Yeah.
So whoever sang the song, that's all you can list on the back of this, right? So just to go through from side A, LP1, the first 3 songs, the singers are Chris Robinson, Gary Clark Jr., Billy F. Gibson. And then we go to the next side. We have Chris Stapleton, Dorothy, Iggy Pop. And then let's go to record number 2, which is side C, they call it.
Yeah. Before you go to that, for anybody who doesn't know who Billy Gibbons is, lead singer of ZZ Top.
Yeah, he's the Gibson guitar maker.
Yeah.
That kind of guy. Then we got Phil Rogers, Demi Lovato.
Demi Lovato, really?
Yeah, dude.
Huh.
I haven't got to this side yet. Okay. The song that I'm actually sent in an email to Slash to cover on this show with the music is Cutting Floor. Okay. Sang by Brian Johnson of AC/DC. Okay. They released a clip, just a couple minute clip, like not even a minute, of this song being the video produced and them singing it while they're recording. They actually have in the music video the original singer of this song singing with Brian Johnson.
Okay, so it's like I'm going to use an old country song here, and maybe you know it. Tear in My Beer, Hank Williams Jr. Did his version with his dad, even though his dad had been long past when he recorded it. It'd be just like that, right?
Just like that, yeah, where they're showing clips of the original guy singing said song, and Mr. Johnson is singing with him and then by himself, and then they go back and forth. That's the song that got me interested in this album, so I can't wait to see that. And then we have 3 songs on side D, and that's Trash Neil, Tash Tash Neil, and the last song featuring Beth Hart. And the third song, they don't say who sang it. It's got no artist beside it. So that's going to be interesting to find out.
I wonder if it was Slash himself then, because I know Slash does some singing.
He does, not too often. But if you look on the inside of the LP, they have pictures in here of everybody that worked on this album. Like even he sings American Woman.
Kravitz?
Yeah, Lenny Kravitz is involved in this, doing guitar work.
Well, his guitar work actually totally lends itself to blues.
Totally, right? And they show pictures of Gibson here playing his guitar, and the lead singer for Aerosmith playing the harmonica in a couple songs. And it's just, as you would say, a plethora of very famous, very seasoned artists. Yeah, go ahead.
And here's the other thing: when it comes to Slash, everybody knows him as a metal artist. His choice guitar is the Gibson Les Paul. We all know that.
Yeah,
the Gibson Les Paul totally lends itself to the blues sound as well.
Well, here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize about Mr. Slash is he actually sat on stage beside as far as I'm concerned, the biggest blues player of our time, B.B. King.
Yep.
He sat side by side with B.B. King playing vintage blues music.
And B.B. King's choice guitar was the Les Paul as well.
Yes, it was. But what happened in this, I guess it was an improv to, like, let's just hang out on stage and play some music. Slash actually got the King of the Blues to play some rock music with him. I think they played Stairway to Heaven or something, or one of the Guns N' Roses songs anyway, and he just played with them, and they just had a great time on stage. And I think that was kind of not the birthplace of blues for Slash, but it definitely reinforced it, as far as like that was something he wanted to do. So this album has been a work in progress for years. How to do it, where to get it done. You literally have to order it offline. It's hard to even find in a store now because it's such a little record company that made these records and produced it.
Right.
That I literally had to go to slash.com and order it off his webpage. So, and I got the information to email him. I've actually sent an email out saying, hey, Slash, this is my name. I do a podcast called The Boar's Nest. It's on at this time. Check it out. But I want to review one of the songs off your new blues album. I just need permission from you to do it. And I'm just waiting for an email back. That's it. That's all I'm waiting for.
That's epic.
So if Slash says yes, we're reviewing whatever. I'm going to let him pick the song. I'm hoping it's Cutting Floor, because that song is that one or Crossroads. You listen to the original Crossroads and then listen to this one.
Yeah.
Dude, you still feel that authentic blues. Like, dude met the devil that night and sold his soul to be able to play guitar and the blues better than any man that lived at that time.
And that's the story of that song from
Yeah.
one Robert Johnson,
Yes.
and that was also, like I said, like there was a guy who played Robert Johnson on an episode of Supernatural, and that was the basis around the characters for Supernatural trying to find this Crossroads demon was because of that song.
Ooh, yes. Yes, it is. And they played it off that it was and I mean it is an actual place in
Louisiana.
Louisiana, yes. It is. They have tours, and they say that if you stand at a certain point in the road to just be able to see the crossroads, you will actually see the devil walk up to the crossroads to this day looking for souls. I mean, again, is it real? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Is it kind of a myth at this point? Like one of those giant legends of, Bigfoot and shit, right?
Yeah.
That's where I put it. It's conspiracy theory kind of stuff. I wasn't there. I can't go back in time. You know what I mean? So I kind of
Yeah, because like the story goes, before he met this demon, Robert Johnson wasn't exactly the best guitar player.
dude, he sucked. They fired him. Every time he played, they kick him out of the building. And dude, okay, this is the way I look at it. I'm a good drummer. I'm not the best. I'm a good drummer.
Mm-hmm.
When you put a guitar in my hand, dude, I couldn't tell you what to do with it. That's
Yeah,
what they
so
acquainted his ability to of. Dude literally just picked up a guitar and thought he could play and tried playing and couldn't do it. Period.
yeah. Yeah, so like
See,
when you came to
yeah,
my house the other day to pick up the D'Lo Brown picture, if I brought you up to my apartment and gave you my guitar, you'd have no idea what to do with it.
no, I mean, if it was a bass, I could figure it out because I kind of played a little bass when I was in high school.
Yeah.
But a guitar, no.
No. It's
No.
my guitar's a 6-string Fender, so
Yeah, see, I wouldn't know what to do with it.
yeah. Well, I shouldn't say it's an actual Fender; it's a Fender build. So
Yeah, same thing, whatever. But that's what I equate his ability to. And then he literally just disappeared off the face of the earth for a couple nights. Nobody could find him. And then all of a sudden he showed back up and could play that guitar like no man has ever played that guitar. Like literally the blues he played, nobody was playing at that point.
right.
Nobody could strum a guitar, pick a guitar, or anything as close to what he was doing. It was completely different. So don't tell me bro didn't make a deal with the devil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
Like,
another tribute that they did to that story, and I'm going to go a little bit more in the cartoon world. There's an episode of Futurama where Fry tries to learn an instrument from the future. I can't even remember what the name of that instrument was, and he goes to the devil and asks for the devil's hands.
Yep. Yeah, it was it was like a flute
Mm-hmm.
that played your like
Your thoughts and your
feeling
feelings
would show up and yeah, it was crazy. I remember that. I just watched that episode actually the other day, which is really weird.
It's one of my favorite Futurama episodes.
That's crazy. But yeah, it's a tribute to, because how can you play an instrument all of a sudden with not having any lessons, not having the ability to play it? So it kind of makes the folklore, that mystery around that kind of real for me, because it really happened. Like he really couldn't play guitar, and then all of a sudden now he can play it. So I wish, yeah, there was movies made, there was TV shows, like you said. Supernatural has done stuff with it. Shit, they even did it, I think, on Buffy the Vampire Slayer once, like a little. It wasn't exact direct at it, but it was kind of like a little like hint towards that kind of thing. Like it's the blues kind of is like that music that I don't tell people I really listen to, because a lot of people just don't understand the blues.
You can tell me, because I'll tell you right now, like one of my favorite musicians ever isn't even like, me, I'm a metalhead. One of my favorite musicians isn't even metal. It's Louis Armstrong. He's my most favorite musician ever.
Right. I have here's the I was blessed growing up with a father that was very musically inclined, I guess you could say. Like he listened not just to one genre of music.
Mm-hmm.
He literally listened to rock, country, blues, bluegrass. Like he had,
Yeah.
all this. Excuse me,
That's
sorry about that.
that's the same thing with my mom too. Like I grew up,
Yeah,
she too was a metalhead, but there were times where like, okay, she's gonna listen to some Wham one night, or she's gonna
yeah.
listen to Sinead O'Connor or something like that.
Oh Jesus, right? Hall of Fame, by the way, WWE. Come on,
Yeah.
let's go. She's
Oh,
the only one from WrestleMania. What
Cindy
one?
Lop. No, you're thinking Cindy Lauper for
Oh,
that one.
wrong
Yeah.
person. Yeah, same freaking thing to me.
Yeah.
But here's the cool part: I turned my dad into a metalhead.
My mom turned me into a metalhead when she discovered White Zombie.
Yes, White Zombie. That's where it kind of started. Yeah. I don't know if you remember a conversation we had on one of these shows. Can't remember what show now. But I called your BS about Howard the Duck, the original. I said there's no way that one is anywhere related to Marvel, right?
Yeah, it
Okay.
is.
And I was like, nah, come on. Bruh, no. I know for a fact because I got it right here. Okay, that's the original packaging, other than it's
Yeah.
not a VHS, it's DVD. Okay. I'm looking at this thing going, okay, yeah, it's George Lucas Presents. Okay, so it was George Lucas. We all know what he does or what he did. He did Star Wars.
Yep.
And I'm looking, I'm like, okay, Howard the Duck. It says produced by Universal Studios. Okay. And I'm like, haha, there's no. Okay. Now I'm going to show you how I was holding this thing. Okay. I'm holding it like this.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, haha, there is no Marvel on that thing at all. No more. Oh, bro, he's right too. Right here, it says Marvel.
Yep.
I was like, are you kidding me,
It
dude? I
was
hadn't.
it was Marvel's first movie, not TV show, movie.
Yeah.
Because their first TV show was probably the 60s cartoon Spider-Man, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it was. But I was just like, bro, are you for real right now? I was
Don't ar-
calling your bluff so hard on that one.
Can't
I was like,
argue
dude,
with me when it comes to movie history.
there's no way. But you can't deny, because this is the original packaging
Mm-hmm.
that they went VHS for so many, and then DVD just started coming out, so they threw it on DVD.
Right.
I was like, no, freaking, I'm gonna call his shit on this, and I'm gonna fucking throw it in his face. This ain't part of fucking. No, it ain't. Yeah, it is, dude. So I owe you an apology.
It's all good.
And I'm still gonna call your shit on everything because that's what I do.
Yeah.
But at least I went in and looked and grabbed the DVD and was like, okay, well, let's see, because they're making a new one. So now I got to get the new one because it's supposed to be way better than the original.
Yeah, so what happened with the original one is because of like the MPAA at the time, it deviates so far from the original comic book source. The original comic book source is just wow. It's violent and it's crude, like extremely crude.
Yeah, if and I know there's kids watching. I know there is, because my girlfriend's two boys watch the show.
Mm-hmm.
And they're into this kind of stuff, so they're gonna get to watch it. But I'm gonna be watching them more than I'm gonna be watching the movie to see how scared they get if they stick to.
I know what scene.
Books.
Yeah, I know what scene you're talking. Oh, you're talking about in the remake. Yeah, in the remake.
Yeah, in the remake. If they stick to this, like close to this plus the comics.
Yeah,
dude, I just about shit my pants when I was watching this the first time. So,
oh yeah, especially that scene where that
yeah.
I'm just not going to spoil it for the kids.
No, because I'm gonna let the girlfriend borrow the movie and show them.
But I will say this about that movie: like that movie has a very underrated soundtrack. Very underrated.
This whole movie. Let's be honest. Let's be 100% real with this. this whole movie is underrated. Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Because you got to
There's
think
one thing.
they stuck a little person or a midget or whatever you want to call them, a dwarf, in a freaking duck costume. and, and he pulled this shit off. Okay,
Yeah.
like I'm sorry, but some of the scenes in this movie, dude, I was laughing so hard that they even had a little person do this kind of thing that I was like, dude, we're like literally one step away from midget tossing at this point
Yeah.
with this movie. We're literally this close to just start tossing midgets or little people. Politically correct. I know, sorry. But still, I nearly peed when I rewatched the movie because I'm like, are you kidding me? This stuff was cool when I was a kid. And I still love it. When my kid gets older, she's watching this.
Yeah.
When she can understand, completely understand that it's just fake, none of it's real, that I'll
Mhm.
let her watch it. But I'm not going to do it now because if I do now, she'll have nightmares and then I got to deal with it at night. And that ain't happening.
Yeah, I think that's the difference in our generations as far as growing up goes. Because when I was young, I was watching horror movies at the age of 4 years old.
I was
But
5
I
or
always
6, I think.
I watched them with my mom. My mom always told them that is that the Dr. Pepper.
Strawberry cream.
Oh, jeez. I think that's the one I seen over at Food Basics recently.
I actually got this at Walmart yesterday.
Oh,
I seen it. I was like,
but no, the first horror movie I can definitely remember watching was Child's Play, Chucky.
oh, holy Christ. I can't.
It
You want to know mine? Mine was Children of the Corn.
oh, that movie terrified me when I was a kid.
I couldn't go in a cornfield for I don't know how many years, dude. And I grew up on a farm.
That the opening scene where the kids just kill all the adults in that restaurant just out of nowhere.
Right. They just go postal dead. I'm like, bro, I can't watch this movie.
Yep.
Right? Like, and then the
Uh, but-
second one I watched was Nightmare on Elm Street, the first one.
yeah. But my mom used to sit with me and like watch these movies and be like, now, okay, Chucky's going to do this. It's fake. And
Like,
like,
Mom, shut up and let me freaking enjoy it. Whoops. Sorry if
but
that's loud. I'm trying to find my plug in here.
she basically desensitized me to horror movies.
Right? I watched.
It was awesome though, you know.
I did the Friday the 13th, the Nightmare on Elm Street. I did all of those.
Mm-hmm.
Freddy fucked me up for the first time that I watched it because I thought I couldn't go to sleep. Not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna die. Jason didn't scare me so much because that story made more sense to me than Jason or than Freddy did.
Right.
But I know this is fake, and I'm gonna tell everybody right now this is fake completely. But what if? Okay, this is where I'm going with this. You already know. What if? I'm gonna pull it up here. This was true. Okay. What if this was true?
Okay, so I've been thinking about that because that's been proven fake, but I've been watching I've been watching a lot of DJ Qualls, and I'm like, you know what? I think he would make for a good Freddy if they did actually go ahead with this.
And here's the kicker part. If let's hypotheticals, okay? If this Freddy thing is true and the producer of the series really happens, Rob Zombie, bro.
My only fear with that is that he would make it too Rob Zombie. You know what I mean?
But here's my thoughts on that. Okay. Yes, Rob Zombie, that's cool because the timeline that this is based out of is right up Rob Zombie's alley as far as like he's filmed in this time era before, right? The late 60s, early 70s kind of like slasher stuff, right? So with guidance, obviously, to not make it too Rob Zombie, but Rob Zombie enough that you get that time period authenticity. Fuck, that'd be a great show.
Yeah.
And the release date, okay, I say this quote unquote, the release date, I'm laughing at this, October 2024. What a great time to release some kind of horror show than in October.
Well, that's typically when all the horror TV shows and all the horror movies come out now.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, you know how cool that it's gonna. They're saying it's gonna be a 10 episode season, streaming on Max, blah 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 blah. But I mean, we both know it's completely BS.
Mm-hmm.
But what if? What if? What, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's created by Rob Zombie. Okay, his total. They're saying it's his baby. Blah blah blah. And we're trying to get this DJ Quills or whatever his last name is. If I can't remember if I said that right.
Qualls.
Qualls. There you go.
Yeah.
To be Freddy Krueger. Basically, the gist of this whole Freddy show is pre Freddy, how he became Freddy Krueger, how he became the nightmares and all that, like what led up to him becoming
Now, see,
this character.
no, see, I would want that because when they tried to tell it in Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare,
Yeah, which was stupid.
Oh God, was it ever stupid the way they tried to tell that? The cool thing about that was Alice Cooper gets killed in that movie.
That was about the only coolest thing in that movie, because the movie to me was so confusing because
Mhm.
they were doing like flashbacks.
Yeah, because they kept flashing back to Freddy and his daughter, as they revealed in that movie that he had a daughter.
Yeah, they were. It was literally going back and forth, and it was a person with ADHD. I had a hard time keeping up with it,
Yeah.
and I'm squirrel every 2 fucking seconds. So, but Rob Zombie, if you can make this happen, you got my vote, and I will promote the shit out of that thing on this show, because I grew up with Freddy. How cool would it be to introduce Freddy to the new generation?
Now, here's the other thing too. If you're DJ Qualls and you did get that role, you got to talk to Robert Englund and just get the essence of Freddy out of him.
Oh, dude, that's not even a. I would have that dude on set making sure that all the little mannerisms and everything
Mhm.
for that character that he built
Yep.
remains in that character, and that it's not changed.
And that's exactly when they did the remake in 2010. Jackie Earle Haley, who played Freddy in that one, he
Yes.
actually went to Robert Englund and talked about like how do I do this role, you know?
Right. And I mean, I don't want to sound like an asshole, but that character, well, not just that character, any character from back in when we were kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you got to think there's Jason, there's Freddy, there's Chucky, there's who else? Like, you know what I mean? There was a bunch of them back then.
Michael Myers.
Like, yeah, I was just going to say, but they ended that. It's done. You're never going to see another Michael Myers movie again, I don't think.
Oh, we more than likely will.
Probably. Because, you know, guys like you and I are suckers for that kind of shit, and we'll pay money to go see it because nostalgia.
Yep.
Like to get the shit scared out of ourselves because we're stupid. But regardless, I would love to see that. Even if they do a thing and then they. Because if you start that genre again with this character and he stays true to the character with a little twist, I wouldn't mind just a little twist on it, you know, just give it that little, you know, vibe for now. Why not? I mean, I would pay for it. And then there again, you start Freddy, you got to bring Jason along for the ride too, because they end up, you know, how do you think Jason stayed alive underwater for so long?
Yeah.
Because he was stuck in a nightmare with Freddy. At least that was the
that was the story in Freddy versus Jason.
That was the little storyline to cross them. But I I'm not one for scary movies, but at the same time, I don't mind being scared every now and then. You know, it's
Okay.
nice.
Yeah.
And you're over there working on
I'm
stuff
actually
for
trying.
Turnbuckle Studios,
Yeah, I'm trying to get Rowan so I can make the Wyatt 6, but I can't find him right now.
and you can't. That's not something that can be downloaded.
That's where I am, as I'm in the download
Oh,
section trying to find a good version of him, but I'm not finding a decent version of him. I'm very picky when it comes to created wrestlers.
now how hard would it be for you to make one?
Probably not all that hard, but I would need image references and stuff like that right now.
Oh, okay. Wasn't quite sure how that worked, to be honest. Parrish is like, just leaving work now.
Oh, my phone just dinged as you said that.
Yeah, my phone's a little ahead, I think. Internet's working good tonight. So yeah, that was I wanted to bring that up as shits and giggles because I know it is not real.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I did find the most recent Rowan just as I said that, so I'm getting it.
nice. The other thing I heard was, again, sticking with the Nightmare on Elm Street, the star, Robert, is getting his own star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Dude, he's deserved that star for the longest time. I'll just flat out
And
say that.
he has both him and the yeah. So here's the picture that was sent to me. I don't know if it's going to be too bright or give it a minute to focus in.
Oh, fuck yeah. Already I like it. I can see the gloves, I see the shirt, see the hat.
Yep, and it's just sitting on a empty star,
That's epic.
which is where they're going to take that star out and put his in. So that, congratulations. Well deserved, long time overdue. Did the gentleman that played Jason ever get recognition? The original Jason?
I was gonna say which Jason, because there's been quite a few of them
There's
now.
been there's been 4 of them total.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
You know what? I can't remember who played the original Jason. Give me a second, I'll look it up.
Commander Data on the job.
Because I know that Kane Hodder, who also played Jason, got his due respects, and I think he's in the Horror Hall of Fame right now.
If they're not in the Horror Hall of Fame from the let's say from the 80s, early 90s, that's definitely sacrilegious, and somebody needs to go to jail for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna lie, because horror movies back when we were kids, dude, were epic. I can sit through one now and just kind of giggle about it because it's not even scary. Really. I'm surprised my little lady is like, oh yeah, well, how come you can't watch this movie with me?
Mm-hmm.
I can't. Okay, listen, I can't watch horror movies at night because they freak me out. I'll be honest. But if it's during the day, I could watch that shit, no problem. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Okay. So the actor who played Jason Voorhees, the child version in the first one, because it wasn't Jason who was the killer in the first movie; it was his mom.
Yes.
He's getting recognized. He's been recognized for his work and is in the Horror Hall of Fame, as I've mentioned.
Nice.
But I'm
That was
trying
the
to look.
kid?
Yeah, he's in his 60s now. That kid, that actor.
Well, yeah. I mean, damn.
But
Oh, my neck. I know it's crazy. Like some of the movies that we watched when we were kids, like I remember watching werewolf movies. What's that? The Dracula one.
Dracula, Bram Stoker's Dracula,
Yeah, Bram
with
Stoker's Dracula.
Gary Oldman, who,
That
by
was
the way, was actually really young when he did that movie, but they made
Yeah.
him look old.
Yeah, they put so much makeup on him that he looked older.
Because he was only in his like 30s or 40s when he did that movie.
I think he would just turn 30, like 32 or something.
Yeah.
Early 30. Yeah, he was really young anyway. Like, good for him. That was a great role. It was awesome.
The only issue I have with that movie is Gary Oldman kicked ass in that movie, but Keanu Reeves, he was just okay in that movie.
Well, I mean,
Keanu can't do a British accent. As much as I love him, he can't do a British accent.
he tried. Give him credit. He tried.
Yeah.
Apparently Keanu is actually coming out with a shit ton of movies in the next 2 years.
I heard another John Wick's on its way.
Yeah, there's a John Wick, there's a Matrix, and Constantinople or whatever. Number 2.
Oh, yeah.
I probably said the beginning of the movie.
Constantine, yes.
Constantine, yes. Number 2 he's coming out with. And he's doing another movie with the most beautiful woman in all of Hollywood again. He's doing another movie with her. I don't know what it is. They haven't given details. Who do you think that he's worked with before that's the most beautiful woman in Hollywood? He's thinking. He is not lagged out, people. He's thinking. It's like, which woman has he worked with that I would consider the most beautiful woman in all of Hollywood?
I keep going to...
Give me a guess.
He did work with Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock is gorgeous.
Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner.
He did Speed 1 with her, the first Speed.
Yes. Now, I don't know whether it's just rumor, but I have him on Instagram, and he has said, Jesus, point blank, doing another movie with the love of my life, in quotations.
Yeah, because they've done a few movies together, because I think they did a movie called like The Glass House or something like that. It was like a movie where he was from like the future, and he kept sending letters to the past or something like that to talk about the future. It was a very confusing movie. I remember that.
It was another one of those ones that you're just like,
I don't get what's going on.
What the hell am I watching? But yeah, no, apparently they're doing another movie together. So I'm pretty stoked about that because Sandra Bullock is beautiful.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. She's gorgeous. Even at her age. Is she like 50 something now?
Yeah, she's up there. She's been around. And we talk about all these actors who like get like a bit of a renaissance. I wouldn't mind if we got one from Sandra Bullock.
Right. I'm super stoked to see when that one comes out. Like, there's just been so much going on in the world of like entertainment. Like, let's not forget to mention that. I know this is going back to wrestling, but let's not forget to mention that WWE in 6-7 months is moving to Netflix.
Yep.
So what that entails, as far as I can understand, is pay-per-views are going to be there. And isn't Raw and SmackDown going there?
For us here in Canada, yes. But in the States, it's only Raw. They're only getting Raw, and that's it.
So we're getting the entire package.
We're getting the entire WWE network over on Netflix, and I love that that's happening, because I got Netflix on my PS4, and probably by that point I'm going to have a PS5, so I'm going to have Netflix on there. I love the idea of being able to pull up a classic pay-per-view on my TV and just watching it.
Right. Like, I love the idea of having it in one spot. You want wrestling? Netflix. Mm-hmm. You want to watch Raw? Netflix. Hey, what's that show on Friday? Oh, well, let's check out Netflix, because it's going to be there. It should be there because that's where every other wrestling thing I watch is on. So, like, dude, my mind just went. So in 6 months or so, I'm going to have Netflix sitting right here watching Netflix.
I'm going to have Netflix right here on my screen.
Like, it's going to be, I don't know if that was like something they were working on before Vince left, or if this is just a recent thing. Regardless, I don't care who came up with the idea to moving to Netflix, period. It's a brilliant idea. to have everything in one spot again. Plain and simple.
Yeah, it's one of those things that makes me think about like I'm gonna be sitting here one day and I'm gonna be like, okay, there's nothing on TV that I want to watch. Let's go to Netflix and put on WrestleMania 5. You know,
Right? Or go back and be like, okay, boys, we're gonna do WrestleMania 1 through 5 or 6 in a weekend, just sit here and chill and watch it. Okay, we all got Netflix. You know what'd be really cool if they did? Do you remember when Disney Plus came out? You could do like a during COVID a watch party.
Yeah.
Do you remember those?
Yep, I had
Could
that
you
on
imagine?
Amazon.
Right? Could you imagine being like, "Hey boys, we're gonna do a WrestleMania watch along, starting at number 1." And we all log in, click the little button. Okay, watch along. Let's go. Boom. Dude, that shit was cool. I love doing
Yeah.
that with friends and family. We all had Netflix all separately, and we just logged in and joined the party. And that one person had control. So if anyone had to use the washroom, you would hit your pause button and it would let that person know that you need to pause the movie. So you would pause it.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude, that is so cool. Why can't they bring that shit back? Right?
That would be just totally epic, because then we can do like we can choose like a weekend and be like we can live stream like a classic PLE watch along.
Going back to the turnbuckle rewind type stuff, but do it live with a bunch of us going, hey, this is really cool, dude. Like,
yeah, and instead of
these guys need to go back and get Netflix because this is what you can be doing right now with us.
Yeah.
So think of how much easier this is going to be for people, say, that don't have cable now, because it's just too expensive. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have cable. I have a Fire Stick.
Yeah.
And I don't really use it other than for wrestling, really. But people that don't have cable usually have Disney Plus and Netflix. Like I do. I got Disney Plus and Netflix. So, hey, kids, we're gonna go watch the Turnbuckle Studios on our phones. And guess what? We're gonna turn on Netflix and watch wrestling with them while they're talking about what's going on. What a concept.
That's the other thing too, because I was thinking about, I just popped in my head, like when we do the Raw Patrol, it's possible that all of us would actually be caught up and be at the same moment.
Highly unlikely.
Yeah.
I have a feeling OMD would be lagging and I would be lagging still. But again, I don't see that happening because, like you said, it's going to be in one spot where it's basically how good's your internet. Well, I got the best internet I can get right now, and I have zero issue streaming and doing this and watching, you know what I mean? Stuff on my phone all at the same time, and I don't get lag. So
yeah, and see, like, because I lag a lot, but I only lag when I'm using our StreamYard software. Everywhere else, I'm fine. It's only StreamYard.
Right. I don't know. I look forward to it. Thank you, WWE, for listening to your fans and getting everything back under one roof, so to speak. Because having to go to this channel to watch, to have that lag, to I want to watch a pay-per-view, so I got to go somewhere else to watch the pay-per-view, and I got to go here, and I got to go. You know what? My life is hectic enough to try to figure out where the shit I got to watch a pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Now not now, but I mean in 6 to 7 months time, dude, I'm just going to pop up Netflix and it's going to say WWE Network. Click on that. Oh, it's a pay-per-view. Okay, pay-per-view's on.
Yeah, and that's the beauty too, is even if I'm out on the road, and usually when I go out, I'm out for the entire day. When I'm on the bus, I can pop on the network and watch a match or two while I'm going from one destination to the next.
100%, dude. I'll put this thing up in my window while I'm driving my truck
Mm-hmm.
and not watch it, but I listen to it. And that's how I've watched many like movies when I'm at work. I just plop it on the seat beside me, hook up my wireless speaker, click that into my. I got a little coffee holder thing with a ring on it, so I click that on there, and I'm good to go. I listen to the movie
Right.
or music, or I've clicked on a couple of YouTube wrestling matches that vintage stuff that I like,
Mm-hmm.
and I just listen to the pay per view again.
Dude, that's literally just a couple of days ago. I was just out. I was out on the town, just walking downtown
Yep,
from one place to the next, and I didn't feel like listening to my Spotify because sometimes I don't.
I'm the
So
same
I'm
way.
like, all right, go on YouTube. Let's find some classic 1980s wrestling, and you can find like a bunch of like classic house shows that are on there, and just throw them on and listen.
Right? I did. Oh, what pay per view was that? It was SummerSlam when Undertaker debuted.
Oh, that was Survivor Series
Survivor Series, yes. What did
and
I say?
19
SummerSlam?
yeah,
Yeah, that was
1990
Survivor.
Survivor Series $1 million team.
Yes.
Commander
And
Data coming into play.
Undertaker. And the Undertaker walked out. Dude, I still get chills watching that to this day.
I do
I
too, but at the
just
same
like
time,
just talking about it. Look at
yeah,
I'm getting
I'm just I'm imagining him. Oh, I just got goosebumps imagining him walking out to the ring. But
right.
the one thing that always turned me off about that was Roddy Piper's commentary. As much as I love Piper, he was a little bit comical
Dude, I don't
during
even
that.
remember hearing him.
He goes as soon as Taker walks out, he's like he shouts out "Holy cow!" because Taker's a huge friggin' dude to
But
him.
yeah, because he's a behemoth of a man.
But then he goes, "Look at the size of that ham hock." I'm like, that's probably not the right commentary to say to that dude about the Undertaker walking out the ring. And then he goes, "Check out them drumsticks, baby," out of nowhere. Like what?
How high are you? No, I never heard him. I just
Yeah. Oh, I've actually like because nowadays when I go back and watch that match, I go back to like when I was a child and I first saw that, and it's just tunnel vision. There's Taker, cool, you know.
you don't hear nothing when you get into that back to your little kid feelings
Mm-hmm.
about this giant man walking out to the ring just like the first time you've ever seen him. You're like, holy snap. And yeah, you lose all your hearing, all sense of anything other than this dude is intimidating.
Right.
And it's crazy because both of us lived through this guy's entire career. Like, even when he was in WCW, like, we lived through all of that.
Yeah, because I didn't even realize that it was Taker until that Undertaker This Is My Yard DVD came out in 2002, and he talks
Yep.
about it.
Yeah, all the different characters he played, one with a mask, one without a mask. It was just, and he just looked at him and like, dude, that guy looks like he's just dead man walking because he just had those big bags under his eye. He was so white and pasty, just ah, and the red hair because he had red hair back then.
Yeah,
That like it was just.
just straight up red curly mullet. That's what he had.
You look at him, you're like, there's nothing intimidating about this guy other than his size. Like, really, that was the only thing.
And then you see him get in the ring, and it's like, holy shit.
He could wrestle.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't find a character for him.
Yeah, and then when he got the call to go to the WWE, WWF at the time,
Yeah,
he went to Paul Heyman, and he's like, "Look, I got this call from Vince," and he didn't even finish the sentence, and Paul was like, "Go,
go. Go. We got nothing for you.
yeah,
It was literally we have nothing for. How many character changes have you done in the last like year? None of them have worked. You're literally going to get fired soon anyway. Go to Vince,
yeah."
and then the rest is just magnificent. as far as the character that he I don't even want to say just got handed to him, because it really wasn't handed to him. It was kind of like, let's try this and hopefully it works.
Yeah,
And go ahead.
and despite everything Hulk Hogan says, it was not Hogan who brought him to WWF.
Every time I hear that, I just cringe and want to literally punch Hogan in the nuts.
Because the story that Hogan's been putting out is that they met on the set of Suburban Commando. Taker was already employed by the WWF when they filmed Suburban Commando.
Yes, he was.
So
that's why he got the part.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, not saying that he's a bad actor. I'm not saying nothing like that. Taker is probably better than any actor in Hollywood. I'll give him that. You know why?
Mm-hmm.
That man took that role as the Undertaker.
Yeah, he was just told to play Space Undertaker, essentially.
Literally. And he was given this character called the Undertaker when he first got to WWE. And back then you got the idea of the character. You got, this is kind of where we're going with it, but put your spin on it. And he put his spin on it, like kayfabe till the day he retired. Kayfabe. Nobody knew what was going on with his character, period, other than him and Vince.
Yeah.
And because he stuck around with the WWE throughout everything, Vince gave him a lot of leeway as far as, what do you want to do with this character, the Undertaker? You know what I mean? Like, he was given the ability to, oh, I want to do like what he did with the the Ministry. That was totally Taker's idea.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the stuff he did was totally his this is what I want to do, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah. But he did, because he did talk about this on his podcast recently. He did say that he did have limitations from Vince because of you know, sponsors and things like that, you know?
Yes. Obviously, everybody has their yes and no's.
Yeah.
Everybody does. Like, even we do here. There's certain things we don't do on air. Obviously. Because, you know what? It might be taken the wrong way. And so we don't want that.
Yeah.
We don't do it. But he was one of my favorite characters growing up, The Undertaker, just because as the company evolved, you had that constant The Undertaker, but he evolved to a certain degree as well with the company, like the Attitude Era where he was the American Badass.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I was confused by it a little bit, but it was nice to see Taker outside that normal Taker. You know what I mean? Like, wearing the suit, wearing, you know, all that stuff. Oh, there's my...
Yeah, so the story for that goes, again, he talks about wanting to make, at that time he felt like the Undertaker character had run its course a little bit, and he just wanted to explore outside the box a little bit. It
was good though. I mean, dude, how cool was that? Him riding a Harley and a different Harley to the ring, around the ring, and then back out when he was done.
Literally to this day on 2K24, on any one of the WWE 2K games, when I see American Badass Undertaker, he's one of the first wrestlers I buy when I get the in-game money to unlock him.
Right? Forget doing all the work. I just want him now. Here, take my money. Yeah. That's kind of like me I play Fortnite every now and then. Not my favorite game, but I like playing some of the characters. So I got all the Dragon Ball that they've ever released on Fortnite.
Yeah.
I've got the Ninja Turtles. I've got Ghost Rider. And a couple other characters like the Green Goblin. I don't have Spider-Man because I'm a Spider-Man fan, yes, but I like the Green Goblin more.
Right.
So I got the Green Goblin. I got a couple other characters here and there. Won a couple things because I entered a tournament. So I was like, hey, right on, cool. Nothing huge. I don't go on there to, it's my life. I have to win.
Oh yeah, like we talked about this the other day too, because I'm that same way. Like
right?
I'll go in, play a couple rounds. I don't live my life by that game. I don't need to live my life by that game. I'll come in, play a couple rounds, and like I get people who are pissed off at me because I'm not pulling my weight on whatever team I'm a part of. And I'm like, look, dude, I'm just here to have fun and play games. I don't give two shits about like whether or not you do good or not. I'm just here to have fun.
But here's the difference. And this is what I tell everybody. Are we playing for money right now? No, we're not playing for money. So why do I have to play and be serious like we are playing for money? Like if we were playing in a tournament for money, you better believe my butt would be up there in the front line, shooting, killing, getting killed, blowing things up, whatever. Because we're playing for money. You kind of got to be serious, but we're not playing for money right now.
Now that's the difference too. When I play Call of Duty, I play because I want to unlock my weapons. I want to unlock more parts for my weapons. So yeah, I will be competitive at that point,
I see, and I'm the opposite. When I have things to unlock, I find myself, if I chill and don't take it too serious, I unlock things quicker.
Yeah, I can. That's what I mean. I can chill, but still be competitive and get things going. Because I mean,
yeah, exactly. Like if you got to pick it up, you pick it up.
The Call of Duty controls haven't changed in years, so
no, dude. I play. We're waiting for the new Black Ops 6 to come out. Just to let everybody know. We will be. It's a day one drop for Game Pass. I already have it downloaded and ready to go. As soon as they unlock the ability to play, I can play it. I've got it fully, completely downloaded. Go ahead, add yourself. And we're just chilling. We're just doing our thing, like playing games. And we're just waiting for that one to come out. So, there he is. Chris Parrish, everybody in the house. Just to let everybody know real quick, like this is the Boar's Nest open mic night. We are now officially in the adult time. So things might get a little racy. I don't necessarily mean racy, but I mean like verbiage. We might be swearing a little more. So if you have little kids and you don't want them to hear cusses and stuff, this would be the time to either put an earbud in or put your kid to bed. I mean, it is 9 o'clock at night.
It's just 9 o'clock. Do you know where your children are?
Do you remember those commercials when we were kids?
Yep.
I actually, you know where your kids are?
I literally just found like a compilation of those on YouTube the other night.
Dude, OMD and I were talking about that kind of stuff. Like, do you remember this when we were kids? I'm like, no, bro, remember, you're a couple of years older than I am. I really don't remember that. But I do remember it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your kids are? Like, they had to remind our parents that they had kids. Like, really? Yeah, I know where I was at 10 o'clock. My ass was in bed, or at least in the yard. And if I wasn't by 10 o'clock, oh, dude, there was hell to pay. Yes, sir, Bob. So, Parrish.
What's up?
I have a question for you.
What's up?
When are you going to get rid of that Oilers sweater in the background? Because, there's no point cheering for a Canadian team as long as Gary Bettman's in charge of the NHL.
Well, that's the difference between Oiler fans and the rest of Canadian fans. We don't give up.
Right? I'm just teasing you, my friend. You know what? I was an Oilers fan. Still am. But when my dad and I were...
See?
When my dad
you don't give up.
No, I don't. But when my dad was alive, we used to do, for fun, playoff. Like, we would bet like $1 or something on a game.
But when my dad was alive, we used to do...
Woo! There you go. Forgot to mute that one, didn't you? The look on your face was like, no. Oh my God, no!
Hey, do you want more views or no?
I'm just bugging you, dude. I'm just bugging.
No.
That was funny, though. But we used to play, like, just pretend bet games and, have fun. And Oilers and Detroit or not Detroit, Oilers and Dallas were always my teams. And they always ended up playing each other when I was a kid. I was so mad about that because I had to pick one. I'm like, well, I'm not going to pick an American team over a Canadian team. I'm like, come on, Dad.
Well, they played again this year.
Even though my buddy Marty Turco was playing for the Stars at that point, I still couldn't pick them. It was just hilarious.
Marty Turco doesn't live far from where I am.
No, he doesn't.
It's all right. I have a buddy that works with the Vegas Golden Knights. I ain't cheering for him, though.
Just eat it. Eat it. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? You know what I'm going to do, boys? I'm going to do something really fun right now. Really, really fun. I'm going to tell everybody, watch this commercial and write down or pause it wherever, because we have a calendar that shows you when everything is on Turnbuckle Studios. So watch this real quick while we take a minute. And that's our calendar, ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, chicklets of all ages. If you got that all figured out, it goes all week, every day of the week. There is something happening on Turnbuckle Studios. The Boar's Nest as well. I know Monday nights we do the preview show on the Boar's Nest. And now we are showing the Raw Patrol on the Boar's Nest right after the preview show, which is awesome that we have that ability now.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wednesday we do on the Boar's Nest and on this gentleman's YouTube as well. We do the PlayStation. What do you call your show? The PlayStation review or
the PlayStation Showcase? Next week's episode will be NHL 24.
Ooh, damn. That sounds like it's going to be fun. And then, yes, Thursday nights we have.
I specifically.
Go ahead. Sorry.
I specifically, because I know OMD starting next week is going to be taking some time off because he's going to have his kid. And I'm like, okay, we got to do this episode next week because I really want to do this NHL game with you.
Right. So, yeah. And Thursday nights we got the Boar's Nest. Usually we do gaming. Tonight, OMD took the night just to chill. He's been going and going and going. So we gave him a night to chill. And I thought, let's have an open mic night and discuss some awesome, cool things that, nobody else wants to talk about. Like blues music. And I don't know if Mr. Parrish was watching at this point because I think he was still at work. But this movie, the original Howard the Duck, was a Marvel movie, and I didn't know that. Look at.
Yeah, that's why he was in. He appeared in one of the movies. Was it a Guardians down the road?
He is a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, so probably.
Yeah. So I didn't know that shit. Right? I had no clue he was part of Marvel. So we were discussing it, and Best here was like, "Oh yeah, he's part of." That was a Marvel movie, one of their first movies they ever did. So I called BS on him. His wife's yelling or something, or the kid's crying.
I'll be right back.
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah.
There's something going on with the kid. He's gonna go check, make sure little guy's okay. He's a good dad. Don't anybody say any fucking different because I'll beat you. This
Yeah.
guy, he's a good dad. He's always right there for his kid. Like, it's awesome. But yes, I had no clue, dude, that they were that he was even part of Marvel. I figured it was some brainchild thing of, you know, George Lucas, some kind of spin-off of Star Wars or something, you know. But no, he's a legit Marvel character. Like, that shit amazed me. Everything good, my friend?
Yeah, our fucking dog is barking at our cat who's just trying to eat food. Just because she's elevated. Stupid Chihuahua is like,
Oh, Chihuahuas. Okay, yeah. You didn't,
I'm just like,
I get it.
it's like, shut the fuck up.
Chihuahuas are crazy, bruh.
Yo quiero Taco Bell.
God, they're dumb.
Right.
They're stupid.
We had it was
They got
a
flame-sized brains.
my dad had a dog that was long-haired Chihuahua and toy Pomeranian, and the attitude on that dog was hilarious. I was like, dude, you're literally 5 pounds soaking wet, and you got an attitude like you're 10 foot tall. Like, simmer down. So how was work today, Parrish?
What's up?
How was work?
It's over.
It's over. Giggity giggity.
Giggity go.
I don't talk about my job on here, man. So
I know, and I just wanted to
Slow
know
down.
if it was a good day, bad day.
I always say it's over.
Yeah.
It's over.
It's over. So I told these guys yesterday, quick, I got some good news on the job front.
Oh, gee.
Really cool. I'm pretty happy. I am looking at they're giving me full time driving dump truck, a tandem dump truck, any dump truck, a tandem one. So that's the one with the trailer because I have my AZ. And on top of that, continue doing the offloading of the boats that come into the steel plant here. So I'm like, buddy, I'll take full time. How cool is that?
Yeah. When do you start that?
Well, I had to fill out the normal paperwork for full-time people, which I mean really is just a technicality. I had to fill it out. It wasn't a necessity. And then they're going to process that, get my truck ready because there's a new truck coming in that is going to be mine with the trailer, brand new. So I'm just waiting for that to come in. So maybe next week or the week after.
Nice.
Yeah. The girl that does the HR stuff was like, oh yeah, they ordered a brand new truck and trailer and blah blah blah, and like you're gonna use the dump truck and this tandem trailer thing, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna let you drive around the gravel pit, get used to it, back up with it, figure it all out, do your thing, and then you'll start hauling loads of gravel and stuff to the steel plant because they're making the shoreline on the river more stable so that
Yeah.
because
Right.
big trucks and stuff run right by the river and they don't want it sliding into the river, so they're fixing it and firming it up and stuff. And plus it makes it look better because they have tour boats and we're right on the border of Canada and the US, so it just makes it look prettier, you know.
Mhm.
So I'm happy to be a part of that. Why not, right?
Yeah, for sure.
I'm all about that. Make the shoreline better, not only for looks and aesthetics, but for the wildlife that live there. because we have Canada geese that live right there on the shoreline, right?
Yeah.
So, and they have the cutest little babies, the little cobra chickens. They're so cute. But don't go near them because they'll kill you.
So is that gonna like equal like more hours for you, or
Yeah, I'll be Monday to Friday. Once that contract starts up, until it's done. Plus, I'll be doing the boats until the locks close down, or the river freezes up and whatnot. So, and that's usually right into like November, just about December, before the locks shut down. And again, last year the locks only shut down for January, part of January, February, and then they were opened again.
It wasn't down long. I remember that.
They literally had enough time to drain the lock, go in, take out some debris and clean it up and get back out before they like reopened the locks again. Which is kind of scary because the lake didn't freeze, the river didn't freeze.
Right.
Like we had 2 days of ice and that was it. Maybe. And it wasn't even ice, it was just like a layer of snow on top of the water.
Like, dude, I remember like that Christmas going down to my family and seeing that the Thessalon River hadn't even thawed. Hadn't even froze.
That's weird.
So it sounded like it was like ice, maybe.
Yeah. Exactly.
Why? Why do I even try? No, Perish.
You like that one?
I love you, buddy. But yeah, no. So it was. They had a very short window to clean the American locks, and they didn't even use that time to clean and fix the Canadian ones. So now our recreational lock is shut down for the summer, so they can repair it. Like that's a major blow to the economy in the Sioux.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of boats that go through our, and I mean it's an old lock system. I'm not going to say it's not. I mean they upgraded the gates from wood to steel, thank God, but it's still the original lock system from way back in the day. It's all stone. It's not concrete. Like you can literally see all the little individual red stones that they took out and built the lock system with. It's pretty cool. And it's cool because you can walk across our locks onto a thing called Whitefish Island, which is part of the native land, but they let us walk over there.
My buddies and I used to go swimming off that island.
You're crazy.
I know. I never went in the river, but I never went in the river, but they did. I'm like, you guys are insane with all the undertows that are in that river.
Why, dude?
I don't know. We used to go up to the train bridge.
Tell me why.
We used to go up to the train bridge and dive off that.
Wow. That's insane.
Yeah.
I thought where I grew up, right between, it was like right beside the reserve. And we used to go over there and jump off the old car bridge into the river.
Yeah.
We actually had to go in there and cut down the old logs that they had sticking out to support the old original bridge. It was like a walking bridge, and they never pulled the beams out of the water, and they left them there. We almost landed on them one time. It was scary. The sketchy things we did when we were kids, dude, like do it now, I'd be like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Just looking at myself like in the mirror going, dude, how did you make it this long in life? With all the sketchy things I did. Jumping off car bridges, train bridges, waiting for the train to get right there before you jump off. Like, what if you would have fell backwards? You would have been dead.
Yep.
Train would have squished you. Done. Like,
and And that's the same train that always comes through the stateside into the fucking plant too.
Yeah. I'm talking about the one that goes out to Sudbury,
Yeah.
because that's the way I used to live, out that way. But that's why they shut down that where you could go over top of the bridge and out to the pier.
Yeah.
That's why they shut that down, because of people going out there and walking across the train bridge. It's like, are you serious? Like, you can't hear the train coming because all the traffic on the bridge. Just funny stuff. Ow. Well, gentlemen, I'm ready to call it.
Are you now?
Yeah, I got some things I need to do that I can't do on air.
So, not gonna ask.
Nope.
No. Just
Anyway.
if you're gonna shut down, then we might as well just go.
I'm shutting down. Dude.